Can you put any of those or all of those championships in perspective from the one you got as an assistant in the 08 season through all four that you've been able to win as a head coach? Which one means the most to you? And why?
I can't. Even the 08 one, they're all a part of, this great job that I've gotten. And even the losing, the years that aren't mentioned in there. Mm-hmm. That runner-up team is a part of me as much as the championship teams. The 12 and 39 at Morris is a part of me. That's, those 3 years at Muskogee are a part of me as, any of those.
It's ingrained in you.
Yeah, no, it's ingrained, exactly. So they're all equal. Every single season, every single game, I look at, this is way off base, but I love music.
Yeah, I like where you're going.
I like every season I think of as an album. Mm-hmm. And like a great album. And the great albums, like you don't just skip to the championship game like track 5.
Right.
Great album, you put them on and they just are good.
Let them roll.
Yeah, and season is to me the practice is the studio. Mm-hmm. You take that live on the road. The concert is the games. Mm-hmm. And watching films, getting the stuff right. You just craft it and you do the best you can with it, and then that album ends hopefully in late March or mid March, and then that's what it is. That's what we put down.
That was that body of work.
Yeah, that was it. So,
man, how are you able to decompress? A 2-part question. Obviously those interests mm-hmm. that you touched on outside of basketball, and secondly, how long of a break do you take after the state tournament's over before you guys get back in the saddle and start hooking it up again?
That's one thing I learned from Coach Scott, huge, is taking breaks. Mm-hmm. Hopefully the season ends the week before spring break every year.
Yeah.
And then my fiance, she lives in Morris.
There you go.
And I just get down there for a week, spring break, and just
shut off. Yeah.
My phone, contact the people I need to. I'm not completely without, but I completely sit back, relax, catch up sleep, watch the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, man.
And I still got the wheels spinning because sure. the wheels don't stop completely.
No, I don't think we can ever shut our brain totally off. But
good breaks throughout a season or throughout like a spring break is huge. Mm-hmm. The way we've been able to design our schedule here at Memorial, we go hard from early November to TOC. Mm-hmm. And then we don't play again usually. TOC usually ends 30th of December. And we don't play again until January 15th. So
wow. That's a good chunk of time. That's
a week. Nothing.
No,
and I learned that from Coach Scott.
Go be humans.
Yeah,
be kids.
And just like, just exactly. You guys, and it's important that they get away from the gym because I'd rather have you 5 days a week at 100 than 7 days a week at 80.
Great point. Have you ever felt yourself hitting that wall?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And do you feel it in hindsight or as it's happening? Like, whoa, I don't have it today.
Yeah, I guess the mornings, like a morning before, like you can feel yourself like, especially during like kind of the November, December part of our season.
Right.
We're pretty spaced out in January where, you can grind it. When you do feel it a lot of times is sub-varsity games, like a freshman game on a Monday.
Sure.
And I don't miss a freshman game, road or away.
Right.
And that's one thing I learned from Savage and
it's also
Coach
the great thing about being here in Tulsa, in Metro.
Yeah,
everything is within driving distance.
Right, that's huge. But you can feel yourself kind of getting there to a freshman game at 7 o'clock at night after a 5 o'clock practice and being like, I could just go home.
Right.
But I was like, nah, I will not. I won't rest good if I go now. But I will rest great if I just power through this, go watch this game, because these games are important.
Yeah, they are.
And that's one thing about my assistant coaches. They will coach JV and freshman games like it's a varsity level game. They are not taking the night off just to get a stipend.
True.
And the kids, by the time they're playing the 7:30, 8 o'clock game, they're used to somebody being on them
Right.
at the high intensity level.
Sure.
So it's not like that's not new.
Right.
So
That's that standard, man. You said it.
yeah, and but no, there's times where you just but I'm not going to relax unless I've done the right thing.
Till the job is done.
Till the job is done.
I like the way you think. Now, preseason versus offseason. First of all, what are the differences between those two to you in your program, and what do those look like for you? I know a lot of lifting takes place traditionally, and a lot of conditioning takes place traditionally. But preseason from let's say August to October at Tulsa Memorial, and then late March after spring break all the way to the last day of school.
Well, preseason really gets going for us mid-April.
Okay.
Because we really start talking about to the guys coming back, now we got a job to do. A lot of individual stuff as far as you got to get better at this, you got to get better at that. A lot of communication with parents on AAU schedules, and a lot of grades, because it goes hand in hand. Let's finish the semester right. There's a lot of more colleges that'll be talking to you if they ask about that transcript and it's a 3.0 instead of a 2.5. I mean, that's a huge difference in you getting looked at than just being asked about.
Sure.
So what the grades doing? What's the AAU offseason like? Did you play all night Sunday and you're here Monday? Well, then you just need to be in study hall Monday.
There you go.
A lot of individual focus. We'll get back to the team stuff in June with team camps and summer leagues, but concentrating on that's when they get to be individuals.
Sure.
Because we're so team. Once October hits, and not even October, when August hits.
So the school starts.
But we really concentrate on the individual's goals and the individual's skills, and communicate with the families and communicate with off the court, on the court habits. Also, we're trying to get the seniors graduated. We're trying to get the seniors, all their FAFSA information done, getting everything lined up so they can hit the ground running in college where there's no potholes for them.
Sure.
To get a fresh start. And then we're just, then we start chipping in some team stuff. Then June, we're like, all right, let's get to know each other. Let's make a lot of mistakes.
Right.
That
and
way
play through them.
Yeah, play through them, and let's have fun. This is you're getting to play basketball. You don't have to be here. You can go.
Sure.
You don't have to do anything right now, but you made a choice. Now you get to do this. Not everybody gets to wear a Memorial jersey.
Right.
Not everybody gets to participate in summer league. Not everybody gets to play AAU, or gets to go to an elite camp, or gets to go on a college visit.
Sure.
So being real positive about this is a gift. This time is yours to create something great from.
Sure. It is what you make it.
Yeah, and then go through hard April skills, graduate, making good grades. Good little week and probably a week break in May, and then hit it running. And in June, between our JV team camps, varsity team camps, JV summer leagues, varsity summer leagues, it's busy. And open gyms, getting in there, just loving to be in the gym, just grind June month. NBA Finals is on. Everybody's motivated with all that.
It's a great time.
Yeah, it's
bittersweet because it's going away for a while.
Yes, exactly. But then you're also still letting them know, what's your AAU schedule like? All right, if you want to get in the gym the Wednesday before you go on a Thursday, we'll get the gym open. We got that dead period now. So,
sure, which I think is helpful.
Yeah, no, it's usually my dead period anyway. They couldn't have. I'll go down to Morris and work fireworks, sell fireworks.
Yeah, there you go.
Highway 75.
We'll
then they go through AAU, stay in contact with them through the month of July, open the gym, after the dead period, 1 or 2 days in July here and there. My assistant coaches got complete freedom if somebody wants to get in the gym or wants to get on the ropes, weighted ball drill, anything to improve their skills. And kind of July kind of takes care of itself with that. And then you get in August and
here we go.
And they know what to do. They know they got about 3 weeks to really build a good cushion with their grades. Otherwise, they're just going to run while we do pickup. They're not, we do one, Monday is about toughness. No, Monday is conditioning. Tuesday's pickup. Wednesday's toughness. No, Wednesday's pickup. Okay. This is exactly it. Monday is running.
Sure.
Tuesday toughness, T toughness. Tuesday and Thursday T for toughness days.
Yeah.
Wednesday and Friday pickup.
There you go.
Monday's non-negotiable.
Oh yeah.
Tuesday,
you know they're coming off 2 days.
The toughness, the Monday conditioning.
Yeah.
And the Tuesday and Thursday toughness days and skill base is non-negotiable. Wednesday, you go to study hall if you're making Fs, or you're running extra, or you don't have to play pickup. If you go out here and just make pickup a joke.
Oh, balls up.
Yeah.
I like it, man.
And so
Let them earn it.
go through there all the way to October, and then we hit the ground running in October. Get to the Elite 14 in November, and it's time to
make it happen.
It's time to get back to the state tournament.
Yeah, I love that. I got a couple more things I want to throw at you, man, because I appreciate this
here.
this
has been awesome.
Giving me your time. Now, you obviously have a program that, everybody knows about, particularly on the east side of the state in the city of Tulsa. So I can imagine you got a bunch of interest, whether you know it or not, from players wanting to come and be a part of your program. How do you deal with a possible influx every year of having folks coming, good players that could probably help your program? Is there a traffic jam where you're having to turn folks away? Do you still have to do it through tryouts? How does it go?
We don't have tryouts.
That's another T-Scott thing.
Yeah, exactly. Because he used to say, if I have tryouts and I know this kid's got all Fs, but he goes and has 25 and I don't put him on the team.
Right.
Your tryout starts as a night. Everybody makes first hour basketball if you want to be.
Sure.
And your tryout for 7th hour the next year starts then. Through accountability, through where you had open gyms during the summer.
Right.
How were you with the teachers? Now, if a new kid comes in, we'll have him play pickup after school.
For sure.
If he's a new kid and he's like, Coach, I want to be a part of the team. Well, all right, we'll see. And you can tell within 20 minutes if the kid, if he's got some skill. And then you let the kid know, all right, let's see what your grades are like in 2 to 3 weeks.
There you go. That's the standard right there.
And then through that, and our kids, these kids, Aaron, they talk so much throughout Tulsa. They let kids know what Memorial basketball is about. And these kids will know or not know because the kids are honest with each other. Kids don't lie.
Sure.
Kids don't lie. They don't trick each other. They let each other know what we do compared to, you know what I mean? They compare and contrast. And we really put on blinders to anything from the outside. We get an enrollment list with incoming 9th graders, any parents that email us, oh, we're interested in Memorial, everything. There's so much red tape now that has to just be completely sent to a principal.
Over my head.
Yeah, and just be like, but once they're enrolled, you can be as honest as you can to them.
Yeah.
And between the enrollment and rumors,
I
don't mess with it.
Yeah.
Because that's when, that's especially
things get misinterpreted.
Oh, no, it's.
And at this point, I'm gonna just call a spade a spade. You don't have to.
Yeah, we're fortunate that, we've got kids that if you love basketball, and you have an inkling that you think you can play, and you go to Memorial, you want to be. There's a, you know what I mean. And there's a handful of schools throughout the state that have that.
Right.
But we're fortunate enough that this program, before I was here, and for a while, and you had it at Central.
Yeah.
There's something about being a basketball player at certain schools.
Oh yeah.
And
you're not viewed in the same light as somebody as anybody else who does.
There's positives and negatives with that, but you came here to play ball.
That's right.
And then you also, hopefully, you can make them realize that they said being educated is a very, very, very positive. There's this could really there's some real success stories of kids that are now in college and they're not getting it's not the same as Memorial. They ain't getting the YouTube or the Twitter hits, but they're still getting their education. They're still part of a team.
Right.
You had success at Central in 06 that was on state champion, and the next year you had as much fun as can be, and then you went to Murray State and then USAO, and you were still part of a team, still getting an education, and that was something that you needed.
For sure, and I grew up and learned how to be a young man through that experience.
Yeah.
Best player versus leader. All right. Now, I used to think that whoever was said to be the best player in the program had to be the leader. And by leader, I mean the vocalist. But I've learned through my coaching career that that's not always consistent with everybody's personality. But how do you view it? Does it matter to you whether your number one go-getter is the rah-rah guy, or can he be himself?
It's got to be natural.
Okay.
It's got to be natural because the kids will seep through it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're the rah-rah guy, it's real dangerous because you are going to set yourself up.
You better have some credibility.
Oh, and any crack.
Yeah.
If you're the example guy, then that's when it comes dangerous to me if I keep using him as an example.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I use this guy as an example, and then the kids start looking at him as an example, and then I'll look like the liar.
Wow.
But if the rah-rah guy, he's setting himself up to either be the truth or to be... And you got to let the rah-rah guy know that. Like, we had some kids get into it the other day in practice. Senior really intense, had a great practice. He had played with an edge. He played with purpose. Freshman wasn't taking it as seriously, and the senior let him know in his own way, this is my last 6 games, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you need to, hook up.
That's right.
Right now. I need your best right now. And I, called in practice, and they get into it and everything. And I just said, hey, he's not wrong. He didn't go the way perfectly with it, but he's not wrong. Let that be known. You freshmen, now's not a time. There's 0 time for weakness.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you're going to have that edge, 2020 seniors, if you're going to be that real with it, I hope you're getting good sleep at night. I hope otherwise you're going to come across looking just pretty foolish if you can't keep that edge.
Right. Don't be a studio gangster, as I call it.
Yeah, you just don't be intense when it's convenient.
Right.
Then you be with it when it's not convenient.
Oh yeah.
When it's hard to be tough.
Mm-hmm. And we all have those moments where it's like, oh, I could easily cut this corner right here.
Oh yeah.
Now, what have you not done yet in your career that you would like to? In other words, what keeps you coming back year after year, staying in the fight?
Yeah, I just love it.
Yeah.
I just love it. I get enough rest, and then the personalities and the people, is as far as the Memorial community, as far as the basketball community. I love basketball in Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
I love seeing people in Tulsa. I love seeing you at a Navy Center game. It just there's a brotherhood with it, and there's a familiarity, and there's I love everything that goes with it, from social media people to the newspaper to different games, talking to different coaches.
Sure.
Kind of that camaraderie. I love my players. I love seeing them as freshmen and seeing them. I love seeing a team take control of itself. I love my coaches that I get to work with. I do love the school. It's different. Being an alumni is different, but everywhere I've been, I loved being a Rougher.
There you go.
When I was I loved being a Morris Eagle. I wanted that to be a sense of pride in Muskogee basketball or Morris basketball. But it's just relationship based, and then I love the game.
For sure.
I love the game. The basketball's amazing.
That's the start. That's the start and finish.
I've known. I remember watching this stuff in the mid '90s. All those great Booker T Memorial games and those Coach Scott's Central teams. '98 they were amazing. And seeing Ryan Humphreys and those Booker T guys, and then being lucky enough and fortunate enough to be on some really good teams at Memorial. Jason Parker was around, and
I remember that
had
era.
great teammates.
Sure.
Kelvin Sango and Lamont George, Colin Pitcock, Caleb Green.
Yeah.
Being able to be a part of those teams.
Sure.
I know, a small piece of the team, literally.
But a piece, nonetheless.
But a piece, and then getting to experience, and just the game of basketball is awesome.
It is, man.
It's just fun to.
I think it's the greatest.
No, it's just the way the ball can move, the way you got physicality, but you still got grace. You got to handle stuff out of your control with the fans, or a 50-50 call that doesn't go your way, or a guy banks in a 3 from the side. And, you know what I mean? Just like handle it.
Yeah.
Handle it, and then the pace and the action of it, and the fact that you have to be both. Like in football, some guys are two-way in high school, they're studs, but you got to.
That stops in college.
Yeah, like you're a receiver or you're a defense. Like you got to D up in basketball, and you got to be able to help the offense produce.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be able to communicate on defense like a linebacker, and then you got to be able to be cerebral and be able to help the unit function. One is five is one
Mm-hmm.
on the offensive side and the defensive side, and then there's you can get so much from off the ball stuff as you can on the ball stuff. I mean, when you were playing and when I was playing, there was so much on the ball stuff.
Sure.
When you grow up, but
Mm-hmm.
when you get into coaching and probably when you were in college and stuff,
you get into structure.
you're like, oh, that guy didn't get the rebound and he didn't get the rebound, but he sure as hell didn't let him get the rebound.
That's right.
And because of that, I got that 3-on-2 started.
That's right.
And then rewarding that guy for
running the floor and
or
battling and getting that board.
Or that guy that ran out that didn't get a touch.
That's right.
But it took and making guys love the unseen.
Right. Things don't make the stat sheet.
Yeah, and just because that's huge in life.
Sure.
Like if there's a bunch of trash out there, and I go pick it up and people got a camera, but if I go pick up a bunch of trash and there's no camera, the trash still got picked up.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact.
So it's like, just do what's right.
Because it's right.
Because it's right, not because of the camera. Like do it in practice, or
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
2 more.
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, it's February the 21st, 2020. So
Uh-huh.
by the time, this gets released and the people see it, the state tournament may have come and gone.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us about this year's team.
Right.
This year's version of the Tulsa Memorial Chargers boys basketball.
Right.
All right. I'm convinced that there's a point in every season that a coach can think back to. Maybe you can see it in the moment, but definitely in hindsight, where your team turns a corner and
Right.
you start to look like you've always envisioned
Right.
that they could look. Or if you never had the vision,
Right.
you start thinking then like, oh, we could be this.
Right.
Have y'all gotten to that point yet?
Yeah, we've had some good breakthrough moments
Okay.
as a group, and this year came. Our motto was "Still Here,"
Mm-hmm.
because we wanted people to know that regardless of who's graduated, because we had 5 guys graduate last year that all signed basketball scholarships.
Right.
Great senior class that went 102 and 12 in 4 years.
Ooh, that's
Uh,
sexy.
Yeah, it was big time. And Caleb and Keelan leaving,
Right.
arguably 2 of the best 5 that ever played at Memorial, which is saying a lot, but their career is that good.
Right.
And we wanted to we're still here.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of who isn't, Memorial basketball is still here, and we have established that.
I love it.
We have established that. We challenged ourselves. We played the number 1 team in Arkansas game 1 and got kicked right in the teeth.
Right.
They had the 6'10" guy, and we had to figure out real quick that Caleb and Keelan were not around.
Mm-hmm.
And James Alexandre, Julian Cockrell, Drew Brunson. I got to talk about that 19 group as a group. Avante Hubbard. They were 6 guys that were part of it, but then we had 5 seniors this year that have decided they wanted to still be here.
Right.
We wanted to still be relevant in terms of Oklahoma basketball.
Write their own chapter.
Exactly. Sophomores, we've had a couple sophomores step up big time. A couple of juniors really find their niche.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've had a good, talented freshman group. I've had 2 freshmen get serious minutes this year. That's the first time I've ever given quality minutes to freshmen.
Mm-hmm.
I've had 2 guys, Monte Collins and Seth Pratt, played big-time minutes in some big-time games. But it's been neat because this 2020 group has, they've established that we're still here.
Right.
We got kicked in the teeth by Fort Smith Northside. We won the next night to go 1-1, and we ended up having our first big breakthrough was when we won the Norman tournament, beat PC North and Norman North. It was a real good win for us, and it let people know, like, okay, we're still competitive, we're still winning, because these guys have all won on sub-varsity levels.
Right.
And we had 3 guys back, and Brayshawn, Will,
Sure.
and Kayvon, that have gotten big minutes over their careers. But we were able to establish that we could play with anybody after that weekend. And then we had injuries set in, and it's been really, really I never want anybody to get hurt because I want everybody to get the minutes they deserve and they
Sure.
work for.
Right.
But this group, for these seniors, they played with Caleb Nero, Kobe Rose, 17 group. They played with Shamar Walker, Corey Guess, Craig Webb, the 18 group. They played with the Boones and James Alexandre. But they're able to, now they're playing with these 2023 cats. So you've made passes to dudes that have started Big 12 games and guys that have played big-time junior college ball. And now you're passing it to a 15-year-old, and you're trusting a 15-year-old to hit a corner three.
With the game on the line.
And so for them to kind of connect it all has made us still here. And that's been very, very rewarding because I thought we could get to this point in the season where we would be one of the best teams, and I think we truly can beat anybody. But I also know that these guys know through the tough losses we've had. We've lost 4 games to 4 quality teams, but they know they don't have a margin for error to let their guard down against anybody. They need to be very, very team-oriented. It needs to be, instead of 4 passes before a shot, it might be 7. It's just 3 more passes, but it might be the world of difference.
Right.
Instead of gambling for that steal because you don't have a 6'9" in there to erase, you just got to sit. You just got to keep them in front. There's a little more discipline that's needed with this year's team, and you got to trust a little more. Like last year, years before that, you maybe could shoot a bad shot, but you got stud rebounding it, so that's erased the bad shot. But now, it's not automatically we're getting that offensive rebound, or it's not, So they've learned how can we score more points than the other team this way.
Right.
And they've established it. I think, like I said, we got injuries after the Norman tournament, and then we were able to lost a tough one at Central. We lost to Del City. They got us good in the TOC. But then
Something tells me that we may not be the last matchup that we see from you guys.
We can't play them unless we play them in the finals. So
right.
if that's the case, that'd be amazing. But we got the next night we played Heritage Hall. Everybody knows how good they are in TOC.
Sure. Yeah.
And we were able to get a tough victory against them, and we weren't 100% healthy.
Sure.
And then we got healthy during the break after TOC, won some tough games. And avenged the loss to Central. We got them back in here and got a big win against them. Got a big win against Carl Albert, which, to us, Carl Albert's a real standard as far as the state tournament. They're
a regular.
That's it. You play Carl Albert just like you play Central. You're playing a state tournament quality team.
That's right.
And so that let us know that, okay, we can be in a state tournament game and find a way to win. We got a setback against Webster that was good for us because it helped us humble ourselves and reset. And for the first time all year, 2 weeks ago, we were fully healthy when we played Edison. It was the first time the top 8 had played together. And we were able to get a big road win against a top 5 team that's probably going to be in the state tournament. And so we've had 2 weeks to we took a week break, and then we got this week. We've been locked and loaded, had great practices.
Sure.
We're going to get our legs right, and got a tough first-round game against Claremore, and hopefully we can just keep going forward with that. But this group knows that it's not about Del City or not about Carl Albert, and Lawton Mac's really good, and Shawnee and out west, but Claremore is in our way.
That's right.
And then if you're able to outplay them for 32 minutes, and somebody else is going to be in your way.
Right.
And there's nobody except for the next opponent. And these seniors have seen the seniors before them do that. And so hopefully they just take it 1 minute at a time, one practice at a time. We can still here, still here in the state tournament.
Right.
And then if we do that, it'll be a successful season. But it has been because these seniors have connected really classes of Memorial. And that's hard to do. That's hard to do, and they've done it.
Closing.
Yeah.
With all due disrespect.
Yeah.
What I mean is, I think we all can go back in the catalog and think of a game that got away from us, and you played a team that you just knew in your bones you were better than. Or maybe it was a coaching battle where you went head-to-head with somebody
right.
You felt like you were the better man, but for whatever reason, that day or that night, they got you. And if you could go back, you do it over.
Right.
Which one would that be?
When I was at Morris, my first year, I think we pressed a little bit. We had a 1-2-1-1 press to speed up other teams, but in the half court, we never zoned.
Okay.
I didn't zone one possession of half court 2-3, and I had a 6'5", 260-pound guy named Aaron Johnson that ended up playing football at Arkansas Tech. I made him run around and guard man, when if I would have been less stubborn, because Coach Scott, we did nothing but man the whole first year at Muskogee. Memorial, all we knew was man.
Right.
I wanted the culture to be man. My younger grades were learning man. If I would have just been like,
put your pride aside.
well, yeah, and just be better.
Right.
Put the big guy in the middle, 2-3 zone, make the other team hit shots, and have him get 15 rebounds a game.
Mm-hmm.
I dare say 5-20. It would have been 5-20.
Right.
That might have cost us 5 or 6 games.
Sure.
And so, if I could, that'd probably be the one thing in my coaching career. Looking back, I had him closing out on the 3-point line. That was so stupid.
In hindsight, though, right?
Right. Well, selfishly for myself, coaching nothing but man-to-man for an entire year, nonstop as a head coach.
Yeah.
It really made me focus on. I got better because of it. I don't know if it helped the team.
Sure.
But I got better because of it. So. But in hindsight, I should have switched that up.
There's always something for us to learn, man. Well, Coach, I appreciate you taking time, my friend.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah, man.
Definitely.
Much respect to you. I'm definitely going to be watching you as you guys finish this run, however it ends up. I'll be coaching, but I'll keep my eye open to see what's happening on the east side.
Good luck to you guys as well. You guys got a chance to – you're at a place that tradition's pretty important over there, and you guys have done a good job.
So we'll see if both of us can go get us some hardware. What do you say, Coach?
Definitely. I appreciate you. This is awesome.
No doubt.